You know, I'm having second thoughts about all this.
Beg pardon?
I'm not so sure about Phoebe calling in her reinforcements.
Oh, I'm sorry. You'll have to speak up. I can't hear you over the clang of the jewelry. Really, it's beginning to sound like happy hour at the gold exchange.
Very funny.
Did Eduardo remember to tease his chest hairs? You know how those blue-haired women love those hirsute pecs.
Listen, I'm the first to admit that this whole sting has its lighter side.
You know what? Taking a con like Giles Westfall and putting him behind bars, it's the best laugh I've had all year.
Yeah, he who laughs last, but I'll tell you, Brooke, just because this guy is charming enough to con these old ladies out of their money doesn't make him a gentleman bandit. Believe me, he's playing a dangerous game, and he's after the whole pie, not just a slice. Now, you yourselves, you said how he turned to steel when that contractor came in uninvited.
Well, I lived to tell the tale, didn't I? Come on, everything is in high gear here. We can't, this is no time to check out.
Just be careful, okay?
You know what? I have a T-shirt at home that says, I survived Edmund Grey. Giles Westfall is child's play. Good luck. Don't break too many hearts.
I love you.
What did you say?
I forgot you have ears like a cat. I said I love working with you on a story again. You know, it's, gets the adrenaline pumping.
Well, before we start having too much fun, I think we should, synchronize our watches.
And Mickey's big hand is on the 10.
I'm serious, all right? Now?
So am I. All right? When it's time, I'll give you 2 rings.
2 rings, I got it.
Okay. That's it, then. Good luck.
I don't need any luck. I'm going one-on-one with the computer. You, however, have to mix it up with Giles and my Aunt Phoebe and all the daughters of the fine lineage.
This way.
Right, here we go.
There you are.
I'm very excited. Yes, I think so, too.
Why are you here? You're supposed to...
Oh, no, I'm going. I'm going.
Well, ladies, girls, I'm sure you all know my niece. That's Brook English.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Martin.
Whatever.
Anyway, thank you, ladies, for showing up on such short notice.
And here is my dearly beloved boy toy, Eduardo. Also known, of course, as Edmund Grey, the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist.
Oh.
Yes. Well, let's all sit down, get comfortable. Because he's going to tell us a lot. All right. There we are. Thank you. All right, we're all set. Edmund, you have the floor.
Thank you, Phoebe. Ladies, it's an honor and a privilege to be here in such rarefied company. Now, I'm here to enlist your help in a very worthy cause. The elders of Pine Valley. Now, I see about me a group of supple, smooth, unlined by time. Now, for you, old age is an eternity away, but for your mothers and your grandmothers, they've entered into their golden years. And how long those years remain untarnished is up to you. Because, my dear ladies, there's a thief among us. A man who wants to rob your mothers of their life savings, and I mean to bring that scoundrel down. But I can't do it alone. I need your help. I need you. I need the expertise and the experience that only a group of savvy, sharp, sophisticated women such as yourself can offer. Now, I, for one, will be forever in your debt. And Giles Westfall will rue the day he took you ladies on. Now, what say you, daughters of fine lineage? Half a league, half a league, half a league onward. Into Pine Valley Road, the 400.
I say let's nail him.
Yeah, exactly.
Ladies, any questions?
What? Are you married?
Shame for shame.
I think that's a sensible question. I have a darling daughter.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm already spoken for.
Well, anyway. Oh, behind you. This is the hardest thing. Tell me now. Tell us what should we do? Well, tell us what we should do. Mr. Westfall?
Oh. Boy, what do you know? That really works.
You have reached Giles Westfall and the Willow Lake Acres Development Corporation. All your calls are important to us, so please leave your name and number at the sound of the tone.
Giles, this is Mona Kane. I'm calling to let you know that I received the prospectus. I truly had no idea our accommodations were going to be so luxurious. Heated swimming pool, lawn bowling, complete shopping service, beauty parlor. It almost sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, you got that right, Mona.
You'd be so kind as to keep me posted on move-in dates, etc. I can get the ball rolling from my end. Thank you.
Move-in date, the 10th of never.
Mr. Westfall, this is Anna McClure. I just came from the bank with your cashier's check in hand. The teller said it was a lot of money, but I told her you can't put a price tag on peace of mind. You can pick up the check anytime. I can't wait to thank you in person. Until then, God bless.
Hello, this is Emma Jenks. I was at church bingo last night, and 3 of my friends want to get in on this Willow Lakes Acres. I hope you're not all sold out.
Oh, I'm really sorry, Emma, but Giles Westfall and Willow Lake Acres are going to be out of business very soon.
Mr. Westfall, what if something unforeseen should arise and I'm called upon to leave Willow Lake Acres?
The balance of your investment will be promptly refunded, no questions asked.
We're not spring chickens. Illness is a constant companion with some of us.
Well, you'll have access to our on-site medical facilities, staffed by some of the country's top physicians and nurses. The details are there in your prospectus.
May I have my attorney go over the terms of my contract before I sign?
Absolutely, and in fact, we recommend it.
Ladies, I, for one, suggest that we forego any more questions and get out our checkbooks.
Oh,
Jot me down for the 2-bedroom penthouse. Lakeside view, of course.
Well, an excellent choice, dear lady.
How many units are left, old Giles?
Only a few, and it's fair warning, ladies, they're going fast. Willow Lake Acres may be sold out by close of business today, so if you're going to act, you must act quickly.
Did I forget to tell you that I'd be the tennis pro in residence, available 24 hours a day for all your needs, your forehand, your backhand, etc.?
I'm ready for it. I'll take a 1-bedroom apartment.
I was pleasantly surprised that you changed your mind about buying in.
Oh, you have Eduardo to thank for that. He's agreed to move in with me.
Well, what about your husband?
Oh, poor Langley. He'll be devastated, of course. I wish I could think of something to ease the parting, but I know. I'll buy him a unit of his own as sort of a going-away gift. Eduardo, my checkbook, please.
Oh, here you are, sweet cheeks.
Whatever you said to the old bat, it was pure gold.
No, not so fast. First, we talk about my share of the take.
Later.
No, guess again. Listen, I gotta tell you, I busted my hump trying to turn Phoebe around. I'm gonna spare you the details, but I'm a memory by sundown. So you either fork up the money now, or I feed you to the ladies who lunch. And take my word for it, they're man-eaters.
You love Brooke.
I wouldn't marry a woman I didn't love.
You love us both.
Dixie, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you.
It's okay. It's all right. I want to know.
Look, when Brooke found me out here, my life was falling apart. I just buried Nola. I didn't know who I was, and I didn't want to know. Then all of a sudden, there's this very kind lady with big blue eyes telling me that she knows this guy named Tad Martin. And despite all the evidence to the contrary, he's actually an all right kind of guy.
And that's when you fell in love with her?
No. No, it didn't happen like that. There wasn't any magic moment or a clap of thunder. It was easier. I just started remembering all the things that we'd been through together. And then all of a sudden, I remembered this painless place. Without any fighting, without any anxiety. Just easy, good times.
Unlike you and me.
Dixie, I never stopped loving you. Not for 1 minute. Or wanting you back. Even a long time after, I thought I got over everything. I was still praying for miracles. I just didn't admit it to myself. You and me, everything was always so dramatic, so passionate. Half the time I felt scared to death. The other half I was mad as hell. With Brooke, things were calm, content. I even had energy left over to take care of the rest of my life, like, the simple things like running a vineyard. I'd never once felt for a moment like, things were life and death, or that I had everything on the line.
And, I made you feel that way.
No. You never did. This assigning blame, trying to make you feel guilty. What happened between us was just what happened. The cards we got dealt, I mean, come on, a guy comes back from the dead to find the love of his life married to another guy. What's he gonna do? Rail at fate for the rest of his life, or get on with it? I married Brooke because I needed to. She offered me everything I ever said that I wanted.
Including your son.
Especially my son.
But it was more than that, wasn't it? I mean, really? You can tell me.
Yeah. It was Brooke also.
She's wonderful, I know.
She's generous, she's kind, smart, funny.
Sexy?
Sure. I'm sorry, Dix.
It's all right. I wanted to know.
Look, everything boils down to one thing. Brooke offered me a life that I could live in. And I offered her something else. Edmund had her tied in knots, jumping through hoops. We became each other's comfort. And after a while, we started to love that comfort. Everybody in Pine Valley thinks this is something that happened overnight. Let me tell you, it's not. That kind of love takes a hell of a long time to build. And once you get there, you don't want to leave. I promised her a life. And this is the hard part, because no matter how much I love you, how can I go back on my word? How can I destroy a woman that I really do love?
I don't know, Tad. I don't know. I don't have any answers for you.
No. See, that's another problem. You are an answer to a very big question. Where's the rest of my heart? Dixie, you're in my blood. You're in a place in me that's so deep no one else is ever going to be able to get there, ever again. Except maybe for my son. James is in the middle of this whole thing, and I can't think about any of it without thinking about him. 2 nights ago, Jamie woke up because of a bad dream. Brooke did everything she could possibly think of to get him to go back to sleep. She tried walking with him, playing with him, cuddling with him. She gave him his favorite bear. Nothing worked. He just kept saying, I want my daddy. I want my daddy. And I walked through the door. I lay down in a bed with him, and 20 minutes later, he's passed out like a light. Little head on my shoulders, little hand in my mouth.
How could he help but love you?
Yeah, well, last spring he didn't know me from the mailman. I'd bend down to pick him up and he'd run the other way. First time I asked him to call me Daddy, it looked like I was trying to sell him a used car. Who can blame him? Where was I at 2 o'clock in the morning when he needed his bottle? Or when he was learning how to walk? Or the first time he cut a tooth? Or his first word? Come to think of it, I don't even know what his first word was. I'm sure it wasn't Daddy. It wasn't Daddy for a long time.
Don't blame yourself for not being around the first couple of years. It's not your fault.
Yeah, well, now, things are different. We're the first 2 people up in the house every day. Got the routine down. I walk downstairs in my bathrobe, I open the front door, and I stand there. And pretty soon this little person comes out with this little green wagon, and he picks up the newspaper, and he puts it in the wagon, walks in the living room, puts it on the coffee table, and delivers it. It's great. Yeah, if it's not me, you know, I'm always going to wonder who's holding up my end of the routine, you know, or if they're doing it just right. You know, or will Jamie ever remember that once upon a time it was a daddy thing to do?
You're afraid of losing your son. I understand.
Jamie's favorite color is red. He likes he likes basketball shoes with the little lights in the soles, you know. On Halloween this year, he wants to be a policeman, and of course, unless he opts for being a penguin at the last possible moment. He doesn't like snow pants or fish or raisins and oatmeal. And this year for Christmas, he wants a little scooter with a purple horn and a bat on the seat. How the hell am I going to fit all of that in a weekday afternoon or every other weekend? Jamie and I got plans together. You know, most of them are secret. But they're important. They're more than that, they're sacred. Because they're things that I promised my son.
And you don't want to break your promise?
I don't want to lose my family. But I don't want to lose you. Because God is my witness, I don't want to lose you. They're both there. Both massive gut-level needs, and neither one of them is going to give up or go away. So what it comes down to is me. What I choose. Is it going to be Brooke and Jamie? Or is it going to be you, Dix? No higher power is going to descend from heaven and make this call for me. It's my choice. It's either going to be you or my family. And I've got to do it now.
Do you? Do you have to make this decision right now? Whatever you do is going to hurt you. It's going to hurt a lot. It's not just me or Brooke, but you. I mean, I can tell this is tearing you up inside.
We can't very well ask you to sit patiently on the sidelines while I decide
I can't ask you to tear your life apart. How can I do that? I couldn't do that. It's obvious that you love Brooke and your child and your home. I can't ask you to go back and tell them, well, thank you very much. It's been fun, but I've got new priorities now.
Why not? It's exactly what I asked you to do. I walked back into your life and demanded that you cut Brian loose with one quick slash. I can't believe I was ever such a fool.
You didn't know. All right, you didn't know what it was like to break up a home when you love the people that live there.
Especially when one of them's your son.
You may not believe this, Ted, but I've been where you are now. All right? I know what it's like when you think that your life is all going great and all right. You feel finally like a normal person in a sane world. And you're ready to breathe this beautiful big sigh of relief. And suddenly it hits you that your life is serene and your child is happy, but your soul is in some other place. And you're just supposed to drop everything and just go chase after it? I mean, that's difficult. That's scary. How can you do that? I can't ask you to do that, can I?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I thought that you stopped loving me. And now I know that you still do. I don't want to push for anything more.
How does that translate into terms of action?
Look, Brian was devastated when I broke up our marriage, and Junior was hurt and confused, and they're not even real father and son. I'm not going to ask you to do that to Brooke and Jamie.
Are you saying that you're making the choice for me? That you want me to stay with Brooke?
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that if you want me, I will be here.
Even if I'm still with Brooke, how could you live like that?
No, I will do anything. As long as you still love me.
Dixie, how could you settle for something that
I'm not settling. I swear to you, I'm not settling. Settling is when you give up. It's when you resign yourself to losing the one thing that you want more than anything in the world, and I am not settling, I promise you that. You are the love of my life, and you are back in my life.
What if I can't give you the kind of life that you deserve?
Do you know what you can do for me? Do you know what you love me. That's what you do. That's all I need.
How'd you ever get to be so mature?
By growing up. It was a terrible, miserable, awful thing to do. And it took a lot of work. But I didn't have any choice, you know? I mean, you remember, I was still the girl that kicked you out because of Brooke before. The same little Miss Goody Two-Shoes with a list of rules a mile long. Well, I just grew up and learned that sometimes the rules don't apply. And unfortunately, I had to learn that the hard way.
How long can you wait?
As long as it takes.
And if it takes too long?
Look, Dad, you have a terribly difficult decision to make, all right? And a decision that's going to cause you a lot of pain. I don't want you to have to make that decision until you're completely, 100% ready for it. And if you decide to leave Brooke, it cannot be because I forced you.
Do you have any idea? Do you understand what this would entail? I mean, seeing me with her, never being able to pick up a phone.
Look, what I understand is what it's like to lose your son. Nobody should have to say goodbye to a little boy who's begging you not to go. Nobody should have to listen to a child say, "Why can't we see each other anymore?" I lost my son once. I couldn't stand to lose him again. And I couldn't stand myself if I cost you yours.
You want to give me time? You want to help me hang on to my son? Don't you want anything for yourself?
Yeah, I want to know that you love me. And I do. That's all I need. For now, I mean, I'm gonna worry about later, okay? I promise you, I'm just gonna take this one day at a time.
No. I can't ask you to do this for me.
This is not a sacrifice. Look, I thought I'd lost you forever, and now at least I know that I have a chance. And maybe someday I'll have to let you go, but I'm not ready to let you go yet. So until the time comes that you have to make that decision, can we at least have this?
I didn't know it was possible for me to love you any more than I did. Tonight you showed me I was wrong.